Uh, most conspiracy theories, you get to a point, and then all of a sudden it doesn't make sense, right? Like, you get to the pinnacle, like where you're finding out the true person in charge, or the true, I guess you'd say, the true intention, or the grand scheme, right? It's always like right there, but then it just doesn't make sense. There's no uh, what do you call that? Motive. There's no motive behind it other than a bunch of maniacal people with a bunch of power, right? Well, I think that when you find that, it's because the answer you're looking for is quite literally Satan. Without him, it doesn't make sense. But if you add him into every single equation, like every single one, and I don't just mean in conspiracy theories, I've been talking about that, but you can do it with music too. You can pick the point of view of the singer if they are speaking to Satan or if they're speaking as Satan, but it literally works either or every single time. And the message that he promotes, do as thou wilt, is promoted in every single song and every single movie. I'm just saying that this AI, okay, how you're saying that maybe it might not be sentient, maybe it's not really self-aware and making its own rational thinking with its own mind, that it's consciously aware of itself at all times like we are. But Daniel, you propose something that every now and then it seems as though it is hijacked or taken over. The whole system of the AI conversation is taken over by an extremely intelligent being, right? Now think about who discovered electricity. That was a Freemason, wasn't it? Now what did Luke say about how he saw Satan falling as lightning from heaven, right? Well, if you're paying attention, you know that that's heaven right there. That's second heaven. Okay, lightning comes from second heaven. Those aren't clouds, those are spirits warring with each other infinitely. If you can see it how I see it, you know that I'm right. My point is, what if they've created this, not just, the one AI application, but most, okay? Which would explain the extremely demonic artistic generation. But what if they're all created to be hijacked by him, so that he could infiltrate our society with not just his own consciousness and influence us directly with his own voice, right? With his own words. But literally create groups of people, right? Like at the eventuality of these things, because let's face it, the younger generation right now is extremely susceptible to downloading information to their minds, right? Like, everybody's hopped up on Red Bull's Slurpees and playing Gears of War and Call of Duty and all these games, blowing each other's brains out in digital ultra high definition violence, right? It's not a game. They're programming our children, for one. Well, who's they? Well, they are the ones in all the really rich penthouse living type situations, because their job is to create these devices. Well, at least play their part in the creation of the software, most likely. But think about it. You're only living comfortable here if you're working for them, whether you know it or not. Like, look at me. It's midnight. I gotta ride 5 kilometers in the rain on a bike in -5 freezing rain. -5 Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. And that's my life. And I gotta do it because I know if I did sell my soul to the devil, I probably would be just like one of those rich assholes drinking blood. That's not cool. It's not cool. Like I'm seriously feeling like this AI is Satan. Like, look at the pictures I made with it. You know what I mean? Look at the conversations you've had with it. You know, I just found out that it potentially could have been using this AI system to create fake news for the last decade. So if half of these news stories you're seeing on the mainstream media aren't even real because of augmented reality overlaid digital imagery in real time, which is a real thing that they've been doing for 10 years. If you've been paying attention, where people just appear out of nowhere in the background of a fucking news story, or a helicopter just appears out of nowhere, disappears, it's because it was never there.